about these paid trips and the ties that bind between them through a few lenses. You've got the paid influencer trips by fast fashion companies. You've got the lavish, all expenses paid MLM vacations for the top earners at these network marketing companies. And then you've got the affiliate trips for the biggest affiliates for B School back in the day, or Impacting Millions, or Digital Course Academy, etc. So all of these examples, I'm looking at them, one, through the lens of selling the dream, selling aspiration, right? Like, that's the easy one to see. Like, what are the purpose of these trips beyond rewarding the earners of these trips or the people that go on these vacations? Well, it's a commercial for the outside world that gives the sense of legitimacy to, and the whole I did it and you can too dream. And looking at it through the lens of disinformation and propaganda, and one of the tactics being saturating the conversation with so much conflicting information, often false information, that the average person trying to discern what is true or false just kind of throws up their hands and says, oh, well, we just don't know, so I'm going to believe whatever feels most comfortable to me. Tobacco companies specifically did this, where they funded a bunch of studies to counter the information that we had about cigarettes leading to all of these different diseases. And so tobacco companies sponsored their own studies about how maybe not, maybe it's actually good, maybe cigarettes actually are great for us, we don't know, so that the folks that were looking for this information, especially the ones that were looking out of confirmation bias, that wanted an excuse to keep smoking, would read that and be like, well, I don't know, just gonna keep puffing away. So instead of UGC, we got UGP. Instead of user-generated content, we have user-generated propaganda. Because if we look at these trips through the lens of disinformation, let's take MLMs. We know that like 0.04% of folks who work in network marketing companies actually make any real money. That might not be the official stat. Go to Emily Lynn Paulson's new book, Hey Hun, for the real information. I'm just citing off the top of my head. But we know that a tiny, tiny, tiny fraction of people in network marketing companies actually make any significant money at all, right? And most of the time they lose money. But these trips essentially counter and contradict that. Look at all these people that I know, my friends who are going all expenses paid to Punta Cana. I mean, is network marketing like really that much of a scam? Because my friend Julia from high school just won one of those trips. The thing about these affiliate trips specifically for things like B School, DCA, Impacting Millions, where the who's who of online business go to rub elbows and ClickFunnels, the audience for the user-generated propaganda that comes out of these trips is less the actual end user of the course being sold, the course being affiliated for, and it's more an advertising campaign for the advertising methods that are both used in the launches and then taught in these courses. The audience for these trips is the leaders in the industry or the wannabe leaders, the future affiliates. And just like with MLMs, these massive big box overblown courses with like 65, 100,000 students also have a tiny, tiny success rate. So what is being sold here is not the course itself, but the selling of the course itself and the legitimization of this approach to business and marketing. This is the Tiny Tony approach to building a grift empire that stands the test of time. How has Tony been on his decade after decade? Because he keeps diversifying his audience by getting affiliates in industries that he isn't exposed to. That's why he got his hooks in Jenna Kutcher, right? He was like, I want a little piece of that millennial mom market. How do I gotta get a Kutch baby wearing on the stage, and there we go. And it worked, and it was brilliant if you're rooting for the evil empire, right? And so why would these celebrities need to advertise to industry leaders because they're trying to grab them in? How do they have these massive course launches? They're not spending money on ads. They're tapping into existing audiences. And so these affiliate trips just legitimize, this is a bandwagon I want to hop on. Does this make sense?